यन्मायावशवर्ति विश्वमखिलम् ब्रह्मादिदेवासुरा यत्सत्त्वादमृषैव भाति सकलं रज्जौ यथा हेर्भ्रमः यत्पादप्लवमेकमेव हि भवाम्बोधे स्थितिर्षावताम् वन्देऽहं तमशेषकारणपरं रामाख्यमीशं हरिम्। Hari Om. In the last session, we had seen Goswamiji giving us a description about Ramcharitmanas and how this Ramcharitmanas is similar with the Manasarovar lake which is there. So he spoke about the water, the contour, and how it should be. The heart of a seeker should be large-hearted, and it should have the ability to hold this Ramakatha. And several other metaphors he kept giving about how this Manasarovar lake is there, and what is the similarity of that Manasarovar lake to this Ramcharitmanas. And towards the end, Goswamiji said in Doha number 37 that when we hear Bhagwan's glory, it should give some kind of a new joy, a new thrill, and that is that forest. The horripilation that happen, that is the forest in which Bhagwan roams around. And at the same time, there is a gardener who is needed for that forest, and that gardener is none other than Sumana. Pure mind, which will again and again keep that Vatika fresh, will keep that Vatika alive, that garden alive, by sprinkling it with water of the tears of this devotee. The main point there is, we have spent several janmas in several bodies. And if in some janma, if this jiva's heart melts by listening to Bhagwan's Katha, then Bhagwan says, liberation is not too far. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. At that point, Bhagwan says, I will take care of the further journey now, how to bring that jiva on the right track, how to bring other qualifications for that jiva. Everything will be taken care of. Bhagwan's Katha will help us enter into the right track. So our effort should be to keep listening to Bhagwan's Katha, to keep doing our sadhana, and also some time during the day where we can exclusively think about Bhagwan. That is when that connection, sambandha, will increase more. And the path of devotion is so beautiful that it says you can talk to Bhagwan in whichever way you want, either as Sakha or as Dasa. Sakha means a friend, avidnyata Sakha. So that connection, if a sadhaka can develop, that will lead that sadhaka to a point where that sadhaka can own up the knowledge of Vedanta. So now Goswamiji is going to tell some very interesting points. What doesn't get clarified in Upanishad, that gets clarified, elaborated in Puranas and Itihasa. So in Kathopanishad there is a mantra, Shravanayapi bahubhiryo na labhyah shrunvantopi bahavo yam na vidyuhu. That this knowledge of Upanishad is such, many people don't even get a chance to listen to this knowledge. And after having listened to it, there are very few of them who actually understand it. So somebody might ask, Why is it so? Why can't everybody come and study Ramcharitmanas? If you say that Ramcharitmanas is so great, it will purify the mind and everything, why isn't everybody studying it? So Goswamiji says, I will tell you what happens while you are going on a hike to Ramcharitmanas. Why isn't while you are going on a hike to Manasarovar lake, why can't everybody reach that lake? Why only very few of them go to Kailash, go to Manasarovar? He says, I will use that metaphor and explain why very few people will end up studying Ramcharitmanas. So after Doha number 37, we will chant. Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. जे गावहि यह चरित संभारे, ते ही ताल चतुर रखवारे। सदा सुनहि सादर नर नारी, ते सुर बर मानस अधिकारी। अति खल जे विषयी बग कागा, एहि सर निकट न जाई भागा। सम्मुख भेक सेवार समाना, इहान विषय कथा रसनाना। तेहि कारण आवत ही हारे, कामी काक बलाक विचारे। आवत एहि सर अति कठिनाई, राम कृपा बिनु आई न जाई। कठिन कुसंग कुपंथ कराला, तिनके बचन बाघ हरि ब्याला। गृह कारज नाना जंजाला, ते अति दुर्गम शैल विशाल। वन बहु विषम मोह मद माना, नदी कुतर्क भयंकर नाना। जे श्रद्धा संबल रहित, नहीं संतन कर साथ। तिन्ह कहूँ मानस अगम अति, जिनहि न प्रिय रघुनाथ। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। So this Manasarovar lake is there. There has to be some people who are guarding that lake, right? So Manasarovar lake, so that nobody can just come and enter that lake. So for this Ramcharitmanas, who are those who are guarding this lake of Ramcharitmanas? So he says, Je ga vahi yah charita sambhare, te ehi tala chatura rakhaware. Those people who sing the glories of Ramcharitmanas very carefully. Charita sambhare. What it means is making sure that no interpretation is against Upanishad. Means if any statement which is made here, that we should be able to reconcile it with an Upanishadic statement in the right perspective. Whatever leelas are there of Bhagavan, whatever kathas are there of Bhagavan, they should not get interpreted in such a way that they end up to be opposed to Upanishad. Although we might feel that, it is okay. What is wrong in interpreting in that way? So it is that those who are able to interpret kathas correctly, in line with Shastra, they are the best guardians of this Ramcharitmanas. And so many Mahatmas are there who have sung, the glories of Ramcharitmanas and how careful they are with each and every Siddhanta. Like if you make a statement in Ramayana, later on you cannot contradict it in Upanishad class or some other Shastra. So in that way, one should be very careful, while expounding Ramcharitmanas. And this is where a lot of mananam happens. That making sure that if something is said here and something else is said in another Upanishad or somewhere else, it might look apparently contradicting. It is our mananam to make sure that there is no contradiction, even with Bhagavad Gita or other Upanishads and so on. So then Goswamiji says, in this lake of Manasarovar, it is said Devatas come to take a dip. But in Ramcharitmanas, who are the Devatas who will take a dip? He says, Sada sunahi, sa dara nara nari. Tei surabara manasa adhikari. Surabara means Devatas. Just like Devatas take a dip in Manasarovar, in this lake of Ramcharitmanas, those people who are always listening to Ramayana, Sada sunahi, not yada kada, but always they are listening to, or they have this desire to listen to more of Ramayana. And those who are listening with Adar Buddhi. Okay, so both these qualities, those who have, they will become the fit adhikaris to take a dip in Manasarovar. But then there are many people who don't even end up reaching that Manasarovar lake. Ati khala je bishayi kaga kaga, ehi sara nikatana jahi abhaga. There are many people who are ati bishayi, too much carried away by worldly things. They will not even come close to this Ramcharitmanas. Why? He says, Sambuka bheka sevara samana, ihana bishaya kathara sanana. Sambuka means a snail. So in that Manasarovar lake, there will be creatures like snail might be there, a frog might be there. Bheka means a frog, and sevara means moss. So over here, there is nothing like a snail, frog, or moss. What do you mean? Ramcharitmanas, there is nothing like what? It says in the Ramcharitmanas, there is nothing tamasic like a snail. Symbolic meaning, not literal meaning. So there is nothing tamasic. And then there is no worldly talk also. So like that frog which keeps on saying something, there is no too much worldly talk. And sevara means moss. Later on, Goswamiji will bring that example back. He says where somebody can slip. Whichever discussions we end up with, if we are not careful, then there are some talks where, we end up going in the wrong direction. He says there is nothing of this sort. So people who enjoy that, they will not even come close to this Manasarovar lake. Ihana Bishaya Katha Rasanana. Here only there is Rama Katha, not Vishaya Katha. Another thing to keep in mind while we are studying this portion is, one way to look at it is, there are some people who come to this lake and some who don't end up coming. But more we see in ourselves, we realize we also fall in both these categories. Sometimes we end up going to that lake, but during some other time, our mindset is such that, Vishaya Rasa seems more enchanting than Rama Rasa. So that sadhaka doesn't end up going to that place. Meaning what? Sadhaka ahankara and badaka ahankara. One that will take us towards Bhagwan and one that will stop us from going towards Bhagwan. Both are the same person. At one time, it is sadhaka. And if it gets some other circumstance, starts some other discussion, then it will become badaka. So if sometimes if we are not if sometimes we feel, right, that I'm not progressing or I'm not going closer to this goal, I don't feel like studying, then Goswamiji says we should just take a honest look at what is it that I need to adjust. That is all. Then he says, Tehi ka rana avatahi hare, kami kaka balaka bichare. There are, because of this reason, because there is no Vishaya Katha over here in Ramcharitmanas, many people don't even end up coming close to this. Avata ehi sara ati katinai, Ram Krupa binu ai na jai. If somebody has come to this Manasarovar lake over there and Ramcharitmanas Katha over here, he says we should understand our effort was there, no doubt, but it can happen only if there is Bhagwan's grace. Ram Krupa binu ai na jai. Without Bhagwan's grace, it is so easy to get distracted. Somewhere something will pull and we will feel not today. This is more important. Let me finish that and then let me see if I get time. So that time never comes. Later on, again, Goswamiji is going to bring that point. But the main thing is that for us to develop love for Bhagwan and love for Ramakatha in particular, lot of punya karma is needed. And if it has come by Bhagwan's grace, we should put forth a lot of effort to protect it. Okay, protecting is by letting go of other things. So now Goswamiji says, this trek to Manasarovar is not easy. Those who have reached there, it is only because of Bhagwan's grace. Why is it not easy? He says the path is so, arduous. All the way to go over there, the hike to Manasarovar lake, it's not an easy path up there. कठिन कुसंग कुफंत कराला तिनके बचन भाग हरि ब्याला. What is the path which makes things difficult for us to come to Ramcharitmanas? He says kathina kusanga. Kusanga means company with those who don't have this as their main vision or their goal. So what they will do is some discussion will be there, something they will say which will take our Shraddha away. So topics will become different, and those things will keep going on in our mind, which will make this path very, very difficult for us. And how are their words? Tinake bachana baga hari byala. Just like on that hike to Manasarovar, there can be tiger, there is a lion, and there are snakes on that path. This is the words of this kusanga. They are like that: tiger, lion, and snake. And they will shake us from our goal and make us doubt whether we are doing the right thing or not. Then he says, on this path to reach there are big, big mountains. What are those mountains? Grahakaraja nana janjala. Lot of things to be done at home. Guests are coming. Social obligations which are there. They will also keep telling us, why Ram Katha today? Let us finish this first. This is, those are like those mountains which keep coming in between our path, in between our current state, and then going to that Manasarovar lake. What other way also we should put it? If somebody is able to come to Ramakatha in spite of all these things, then they're very commendable. There could be 100 reasons why we should not listen to Ramcharitmanas, but they have found something greater than those 100 reasons why one should not. So again, we should protect it. And Goswamiji has written about this particular Chaupai in many places. Gruha Karaja Nana Janjala. Basically, the essence of it is this. He says, whatever things that we have, they are meant for us. What ends up happening is we become, instead of saying they are meant for us, we say we are meant for them. Either it is our phone or a car or house. He says we should always remember these things are meant for us. It is not we are meant for them. As long as that we remember, everything else is fine, because we cannot let go of them also. So in one doha he says, neither can you, if you hold on to the house too strongly, then you let go of the house of Bhagwan. That Atma Tattva, where we have to find our real home, that we will let go of. But right now, I cannot let go of my house to hold on to my real house, because there are so many responsibilities that I have to complete and do, that I cannot just let go of my house and say that I will go to my real house, which is Atma Tattva. Then he says the best way is build a house in between and offer that house to Bhagwan, and you stay there. Then you will be doing your duties also, but you will make sure that you are headed towards your right destination. And then there are other things also on the way. Bana bahu bishama moha mada mana. When we are studying on the spiritual path, when we study Ramcharitmanas, a lot of thoughts keep coming in our mind. And Goswamiji classifies them as moha, mada, and abhimana. Moha means delusion. Mada means some kind of thought saying that, oh, what are these examples and all that he's, again and again bringing. It doesn't seem to be suiting for a Vedanta student. That thought also can come. And mana can also be there. Abhimana, because of which a person will not go near to Ramcharitmanas. Nadi Kutarka Bhayankara Nana. And there can be this river of Kutarka using erroneous logic, and it can be very dangerous, because this erroneous logic can drown a sadhaka. Simple erroneous logic is that whatever he is saying here is not scientific. Where will you go after that? Like that will be the end point. Logic is used very thoroughly, but for us to train our mind to understand that logic, Goswamiji says, let us study Ramcharitmanas. Next one, this doha is beautiful. जे श्रद्धा संबल रहित नहीं संतन कर साथ, तिन कहु मानस अगम अति जिनहिन प्रिय रघुनाथ. He says, while going to this Manasarovar, the hike up to that Manasarovar, we need three things so that our journey there is comfortable. One is we need some resources on the way, right? Something to eat. Whenever we go in a train, it's very interesting. Actually, if we are sitting in one place, we should eat less. But that time we feel more hungry and we take so many things along with us. Thepla will be there, so many other things. And here, if we are going on a hike, we'll take some energy bar or something. So you need that, and you also need some money to go on the way if you need to buy something. So that is one thing that you need. Second is you need good people. If you have a group that is like-minded, then that hike becomes more joyful. You can go to that destination. And third is you need a strong desire to reach that place. Otherwise, just, we start the journey and then we say, who will go there? Anyway, I live in a nice place. Let me not go that that far with so much trouble. So first is we need some resources, something to eat, some pocket money. We need some good company along with us, and we need love for that destination, some desire to reach there. Then this hike to Manasarovar becomes easy. So Goswamiji says, for this sadhaka who has to go to reach Ramcharitmanas, he also needs some inner wealth or something to eat on the way. That he says is Shraddha. It will keep us nourished on the path. Even if we don't see the goal yet, it will tell us we have to keep walking, keep walking. Okay, so first thing what we need, he says, is Shraddha. Second is, just like we need good people, like-minded people to walk along with us, we need satsang. Satsang, you can say, company with wise people and company with other sadhakas who are on the same path. So then you can discuss along with them, and this journey will be more easy. And last he says is love for Bhagwan. So these three things, if they are there, that will ensure that we are reaching our goal. If it is, all three things will be there in some measure, and if one of these three things is there in greater measure, it will make sure that we keep moving forward and we reach the goal. It might happen sometimes that we are not having all that good company, or we haven't developed that much love for Bhagwan yet. But if Shraddha is there, then the sadhaka can keep moving forward just on that Shraddha. If my teacher has said that there is a destination to reach, why should I doubt? Right? Somebody like Shankaracharya ji, our Gurudev, they have pointed us a destination. Then why should we doubt about it? Then you can think about others also. If Shraddha is not fully developed yet, and love for Bhagwan is also not fully blossomed, if we have a good group and a good guide to motivate us, then that guide will take us to that destination. Right? So I heard our Om Run training is in that way. Whoever is the last person, they make sure that even that last person reaches the goal. So we should have that good company of sadhakas along with us and hold on to Shastra. And if love for Bhagwan is there, then it will bring other two also. He will take care of the rest of the things. So he says with this, we'll be able to reach our destination. We'll chant after 38th one. जो करि कष्ट जाई पुनि कोई, जात ही नीद जुड़ाई होई। जड़ता जाड़ विषम उर लागा, गए हुन मज्जन पाव अभागा। करि न जाई सर मज्जन पाना, फिर आवै समेत अभिमाना। जो बहोरी को पूछन आवा, सर निंदा करिता ही बुझावा। सकल विघ्न व्यापहि नहीं तेहि, राम सुकृपा बिलो कहि जेहि। सोई सादर सर मज्जनु करई, महाघोर त्रयतापन जरई। ते नरयः सर तजहि न काऊ, जिनके राम चरण भल भाऊ। जो नहाई चहहि सर भाई, सो सतसंग करऊ मन लाई। असमान समानस चख चाही, भई कवि बुद्धि विमल अवगाही। भयउ हृदय आनंद उछाहु, उमगेउ प्रेम प्रमोद प्रभाऊ। चली सुभग कविता सरिता सो, राम विमल जस जल भरिता सो। सरजू नाम सुमंगल मूला, लोक वेद मत मंजुल फूला। नदी पुनीत सुमानस नंदिनी, कलिमल तृण तरु मूल निकंदिनी। श्रोता त्रिविध समाज पुर, ग्राम नगर दुहुकूल। संत सभा अनुपम अवध, सकल सुमंगल मूल। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, वन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Now Goswami is talking about those who reached over there. They went to Manasarovar lake, but after they reached there, they started feeling cold. And once they felt cold, they went near that lake, just looked at it, didn't take a dip, and came back. And after they came back, people must have asked them, you went to Manasarovar, how was it? Say, Manasarovar, just it was like an ordinary lake. People were taking a dip. I didn't feel like taking one. They wouldn't tell that they felt cold and that is why they didn't take a dip. So Goswamiji says here, जो करि कष्ट जाय पुनि कोई, जात ही नींद जड़ाई होई. Just as you feel cold when you go to Ramcharit, that Manasarovar lake, even when somebody listens to Ramakatha, they are overpowered by sleep. I don't know where he brings all these analogies, but it is very nice, just to see it in this way. So he says those who go to this Ramcharit Manas Katha, the moment the Vakta starts speaking about Ramakatha, they end up falling asleep. Jadata jad bishama uralaga, gayehu na majjana pava abhaga. Abhaga means one who didn't have that much punya karma. So in spite of reaching Manasarovar, they didn't end up taking a dip there. Karina jai sara majjana pana, phiri avai sameta abhimana. They were not able to take a dip because they felt cold. So they came back, but not anyhow. They came back with abhimana. Jo bahori ko puchana ava. Somebody came and asked them, how was your trip over there? Saraninda kari tahi bujhava. Means just like that person criticizes Ramcharit, that Manasarovar lake, those who are unable to take a dip in this Ramcharit Manas, they start criticizing this Grantha or the composition or something else. Rather, so we should take it in the other way. Sometimes it happens, study of Vedanta or even devotional text, we feel like we are not connecting with it. So then it is said, rather than trying to change the text or trying to change the purpose of the text, we should see where can I change myself. So again, when we go back and do some more sadhana, this happens with sadhana also. If we do some japa or dhyana, sometimes we fall asleep, while doing that japa or dhyana. And then the conclusion is that sadhana doesn't work or japa is not effective, something like that. So then Goswamiji says, it is actually the other way. Even if it is that way, keep doing it. Later on, Bhagwan's grace will be there. Some pratibandha will be taken out. and then gradually we will start getting taste in that sadhana. So even in Tirtha Kshetra and all, right, some people are very ruthless. Even if you are standing on that edge, they will come and push you from behind. If they are your own, people, and they know that you won't drown in that place. And generally, water is not that deep. So when we had gone to Uttarkashi, there were many brahmacharis like that. They would go and stand near the edge and not venture on to take a dip inside. So Bhagwan would give motivation to other brahmacharis who would come and give a gentle push, and then they will bring them out. Then he says, Sakala bigna vyapahi nara nahi toihi Rama sukrupa bilo kahi jehi. All these obstacles which are there, right? Sleep, lack of interest, all those things will be taken away as when we have Bhagwan's grace. This is the beauty of Bhakti Shastra. It is not said with practice it will be taken away. Practice is definitely needed. That will definitely bring rasa. But in addition to that, we need Ram Krupa below kahi jehi. Soi sadara saramajjanu karai mahaghora trayatapana jarai. It is only until that point we feel afraid of taking a dip in that Manasarovar. When somebody gives that gentle push and we actually take a dip, then we feel we are more purer than before. Soi sadara. By the way, I was not that brahmachari who pushed, somebody else. Don't ask me later. Were you that person who pushed? No. I took a dip and I saw others doing this, and I'm just reporting what I saw. Mahaghora Trayatapana Jarai. They are those who are blessed to take a dip in Ramcharitmanas. All their Triveda Tapa gets destroyed. And whether it has gotten destroyed or not, only we will know for ourselves. Right? These are not external indicators. They are more for cleansing our own mind. Te nara yah saratajahina kavu jinake Rama charana bhala bhavu. Those who want to keep their mind in Ramakatha, they will not let go of this Ramcharitmanas. Again and again, they will do sevanam of this Ramakatha. Jo nahai yaha ehi sara bhai, so satsanga karo manalai. Goswamiji says, if you really want to take a dip over here, keep doing constant satsang. You will start getting more and more devotion to Bhagwan. How should we enjoy Ramcharitmanas? He says, Asamanasa manasa chaka chahi. Manasa chaka means don't just look at it with a very worldly eye or some mundane things that are being said here. Don't just look at those things. Have a deeper pramana buddhi in Ramcharitmanas. Look for Vedantic ideas, look for other devotional ideas which will help us in our sadhana. Bhai kabhi buddhi bimala avagahi. And once when this happens, when we start taking a dip in manas over and over again, gradually our mind will become bimala and avagahi. It will be able to go deeper into the teachings of Vedanta, and it will also start asking subtler questions. Okay, because we have so many questions sometimes. Gradually, when the mind settles down, we start realizing that those questions are there, it is okay. But now I have some more deeper questions about life, about myself, about what Upanishads are telling about this nature of Atman. So all those things will start happening when this sadhaka starts doing Ramcharitmanas Adhyanam. Bhayau Hrudaya Ananda Uchahu Umageu Prema Pramoda Prabahu. Goswamiji says, I will tell you the condition of my heart before I start composing this Ramcharitmanas. What was the state of my mind? So he says, I took a dip in this Manasarovar, which was composed by Lord Shiva. And now when I am composing this Ramakatha again, Bhayam Hrudaya Ananda Uchahu. There are waves of joy which are rising in my heart. My mind is completely pure and quiet. With this mind, I am composing Ramcharitmanas. And from this lake of Manas, right, there is one river which is flowing now. Now, metaphor after metaphor, Goswamiji is giving. Chali subhaga kabita saritaso. There is an effortless flow of poetry as though in Ramcharitmanas. Even Chaupais are like that, There is no effort in chanting. One word leads to the another, it is rhyming. So, like this effortless river, how it flows effortlessly from a lake which is up above. So, Ram Katha that Goswamiji is going to compose is going to flow from this Manasa lake. So, now he is comparing Manasa as that which has been composed in Lord Shiva's mind. From that, he says, one stream is flowing. Rama Bimala Jasa Jala Bharitaso. The water that is there in this river is the glory of Bhagwan Rama. What is the name? This river of poetry which is flowing from Manasarovar lake, he says the river is called Sarayu River. Actually, it flows, from Manasarovar, it flows. Over here, it is this Ramakatha, which is in the form of Sarayu River, which is flowing down. But interesting thing about this Ramakatha is Loka Beda Mata Manjula Kula. This river is called Sarayu, and the banks of this river, one bank is called Lokamata, another is called Vedamata. Means on one hand, he is going by Vedanta knowledge, whatever is said by Vedas, none of it is being compromised. But on the other hand, there are a lot of things said about culture, tradition, practice, how to live our life. Lokamata means that in our transactional world, what is it that will benefit us? So he says, both of these things I have kept in mind. So all of us can benefit from Lokamata and also Vedamata. Nadi Punita Sumanasa Nandini, Kalimala Truna Taru Mula Nikandini. So this river which is flowing from Manasarovar lake, this Manasa Nandini means one who is daughter of that lake. Means that river Sarayu which is flowing from Manasarovar. What is the greatness of this? Any river will take away blade of grass, tree if it is there, it will take away. So this Ramakatha is also like that. He says it will take away all our inner vasanas. Kalimala, whatever those inherent vasanas are there, that will get purified with this Ramakatha. Then there are three types of shrotas, three types of listeners who are sitting on the banks of this river and listening. So one shrota is called Jnani Shrota or Mukta Shrota. Second one is called Viragi or Sadhaka Shrota. One who has dispassion and he is also listening to Ramakatha. Third one is called Vishayi Shrota. Means he wants something from the world, but somebody said, listen to Ramakatha, it will be good for you. So all three types of Shrotas are sitting and listening. Just like, there are different cities which are there. So he says there is Pura, Grama, Nagara, Duhukula. So just like there are towns, villages and cities on the banks, so in the same way there are three different types of Shrotas who are coming and listening to this. So for Mukta Shrotas, their love for Bhagwan is already there and that will grow more and more. For Sadhakas, that love will come if it is not there and they will get better destination. And for Vishayi, they will get what they want. Whatever desire was there in their heart, that will get fulfilled, but they have come in, the eyes of Bhagwan now. He will take care how that Vishaya alone will help them evolve. Sant Sabha Anupama Avadha Sakala Sumangala Mula. So there is Ayodhyaji also on that Sarayu river, and he says all the Santa Purushas who have gathered to listen to Ramcharitmanas, they are like Ayodhyaji, the city of Ayodhyaji. So Goswamiji is not getting tired at all of giving metaphors. And I was thinking, why Goswamiji has to give so many metaphors? There must be some reason. He could have directly started with Ramcharitmanas by Doha number 39, but he is going on and on and on. One thing we can appreciate is his poetic beauty. How can he think about so many metaphors about some simple thing like this? And if we start giving metaphors, we will fall short with like one or two of them. Now, after that, we'll say we are done. You understood the point, right? Why should I give more examples? So that is one thing, Goswamiji's poetic beauty. Second is, this itself trains us in one quality that we need in study of Vedanta, and that is patience. To study each and every chaupai gradually and go through all these metaphors, it needs that patience. Later on, when we study some Upanishad Bhashya or something, pages after pages, Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji writes about some discussion which is going on between two darshanas. And over there is a tendency for a sadhaka to feel, why so much discussion? Mantra is clear, everything is clear. Why unnecessarily you are discussing so many points? So this is that training Goswamiji is giving us. Have patience. Ramakatha everybody knows. But these are other sadhana points that are being said over here. And third point is, when we are able to think about these metaphors, our mind stays in Bhagwan. And just if you read them and if you just think about them, that itself gives a lot of joy. Now, we don't have to do too much thinking also about these metaphors. Just appreciate what all things he is saying about Ramakatha, the Manasarovar lake, and this river which is flowing down. Okay, so next Doha also will be of that metaphor. And then later on, Yajnavalkya and Bharadwaj, they will start their discussion. Okay, that is Vedantic Prasanga. You will see later. So there are some announcements, so please stay back. We will conclude with our Nama Sankirtanam. Aganita Gunagana Bhushan Rama, Ashrita Vatsala Jaya Jaya Rama, Ayodhyavasi Sita Rama, Apad Bandhava Jaya Jaya Rama, Dasharathanandana Shri Rama, Dashamukhamardana Jaya Jaya Rama, Kausalya Sukhavardhana Rama, Kamita Phalada Jaya Jaya Rama, Papa Vimochana Shri Rama, Pattabhirama Jaya Jaya Rama, Janaki Vallabha Sita Rama, Jaya Raghurama Jaya Sita Rama, Vanara Sevita Shri Rama, Varidhi Bandana Jaya Jaya Rama, Hanumat Pujita Sita Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Raghupati Raghava Raja Rama, Patita Pavana Sita Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Syavar Ramachandra ki Jai, Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai.